ripe, you can eat them if you get there before the birds. But I'll give you an example of a fruit you don't eat. There's a tree called, duplex, and we have this little pot-bellied stove, and we grow a lot of our own wood. We cook on this little stove. One of the plants we have growing almost as a weed in our garden is this one, Macaranga, and it has a core of red resin, and it's great for lighting fires. It was used by Aboriginal people as a fire stick, and it's one of the trees we have growing like a weed in our garden. We just break them off, put them in the fire, they burn. Wayne just said to me one day, sorry, it's against the law, you mustn't touch any of the plant. This is Stachy tarfeta, a weed from South America. Passiflora fetida, another weed from South America. Now, if you find, this is everywhere, if you find this growing in the yard and you've got young children, pull it up, because if they eat the green fruit, they can go blind. Contains cyanide. Thank you. See, it's fruity. Incidentally, when I was lecturing in Texas, I came across this genus growing naturally in Texas. It's an indigenous there as well. Oh. Insect damage, but it's all old.
please? 1989. Well, I should correct that. 85. We have with us this morning to speak to us the very first person from Sydney University Research who worked full-time out here. so he has many years of knowledge. Now, what is very exciting is that, as you know, cane toads have worked their way across from Queensland, but this Fogg Dam is the only area of Australia where there was sufficient data already gathered, where we knew about the natural environment, what was here, so that we could actually measure what happened when the toads came. So that makes this place very special. And this morning, Dr. Greg Brown is going to give us some insight into the impact of cane toads on this area and how it fits in with the ecology of frogs and other wildlife, particularly water pythons, perhaps.
Snakes, yes.
Snakes in general.
Is my voice loud enough without the microphone? Can everyone hear me all right?
Yep.
I'd like to speak up. Yeah, so I am an ecologist. I work with the University of Sydney, and I've been based at Fogg Dam since 1998. And since then, I've been coming out to Fogg Dam and the area around it and counting the reptiles and amphibians every night. So that's sort of the basic methodology that we use, is simply going out to the same places every night consistently and counting what we see. That's basically the main research method we use. We also use other things like actually measuring and individually marking certain species of snakes. We also use a bit higher tech things like surgically implanting radio transmitters in animals to follow them around to see what habitats they use and how far they move and disperse. But I want to put the research in a bit of perspective. So we started here in the 80s, or my predecessor started in the 80s, working on water pythons, counting them and marking them and measuring them. And my own study started here in 1998 on snakes. This is long before the cane toads got here. So cane toads arrived here in 2005. So we had all this background data on snakes and reptiles. And we gathered that data specifically because this, believe it or not, is one of the most seasonal habitats in the world. You know, it's a tropical area, and people often think of tropics as stable environments because the temperature is pretty stable year-round. People often think of the word seasonal means somewhere like Canada, where it's winter and summer, and there's extreme seasonality in temperature. Here, the temperature's constant, but there's extreme seasonality in the rainfall. And so that's what our studies were all based around. We wanted to see how animals in the tropics responded to this extreme seasonality in rainfall. So when we started our study,
poverty, all of those impacts on a rising China and India, I mean, there's enormous impacts on a lot of our wildlife around the world, including here in Australia, and climate impacts will be on top of those. So if you think about climate change, it's coming on top of a lot of impacts which are hard to deal with. Based out here, you're in town? Oh, right. Okay, yeah, I'm down there. Yeah, we've been advertising. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I haven't heard him talk.
If you're connected to the grid, you're using fossil fuel. And I think that's probably enough time. Anybody got any questions? Want to argue?
Ladies and gentlemen and friends, is this working?
Yep.
Yes. My name is Heather Baldwin and I'm the President of the Friends of Fogg Dam. And first of all, I'd like to just tell you that we're all standing here on Wulna country, and I acknowledge the traditional owners here. And I'm sure Susie Pruitt, our local member, needs little introduction to you. He's also our member of the Legislative Assembly and member for Goida. And we also have here Deborah Pine, who is going to have a go at Auslan. Who's going to do Auslan sign language for anyone that needs assistance there. So please welcome Kezia, who's going to.
Thank you, Heather, and thank you to Deborah also. Deborah wanted to ask me to tell you that she's not proficient, as you'd say, in sign language because she hasn't used it with another person who's hearing impaired for over 10 years, just with her children, but she's going to try and give her best because there might be some people that are hearing impaired.
If anybody knows better, please help out.
So welcome everyone to this field day. Again, it's another great opportunity to enjoy our surroundings and also to acknowledge the hard work and commitment that the Friends of Fogg Dam do undertake in regards to this conservation reserve. So I acknowledge the hard work of Heather and Jeremy and also Jane, and what they do and how they pull the group together, what they've done. A thank you to all the people who've supported this day with their displays and also talking to the children about flora and fauna, and Carolyn Camilleri's up there with mud sludges talking to the children about little insects.
Joan and David Kenyon together to welcome you to the country.
Yeah, my name is David Kenyon and my mum Joan, she's the senior eldest around here. We play a big part with joint management. I play a big part in 3 parks. This park, the Fogg Dam, Jukbin National Park and the Mary River. And what we're trying to do is trying to achieve a lot of things that happen between TLs. There is a lot of history about both sides. There is a lot of history about our people, how they used to hunt and forage on this wetland before it become a dam, made-man dam for the rice. And I might just hand this over to Mum, and she'd like to say a few things.
Welcome, Wulna country.
Anyway, she just said I'm welcome to everybody here at Wulna Country, Dominion, and I hope you have a good day. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Joan and David. So,
originally the former captain of the land was doing volunteer bush diving, which is basically how I come to work with these guys. And been captain for 4 years. And it was just natural when I heard about the job coming up, PT, here at Fogg Dam. Yeah, no, it works really well. As of tomorrow, we'll start a burn program. this has been ongoing for a couple of weeks, just like the main priority. The guy started yesterday.
Going to have a close-up, have a look here.
I've got the telescope in the car, but I can bring it over here. Thank you. There's a real mixture there, isn't there? Fabulous. Feeding. There were spindles. Where have they gone?
Yeah.
Lots of cormorants up there.
Yep.
Oh, there's spindles.
Glossy ibises. So you have a look up.
That box is working really well. Reflection.
Plenty of food.
Being a complete technophobe, I hadn't realised that the microphone only works here. It doesn't work down there. I went down to tell people the talk was on. It was a waste of time. But anyway,
Beautiful day for
I'd
it.
like to...
Today, I'd just like to talk a little bit on aquatic weeds and their impacts into the dam. I'm a ranger here at Dominion Parks, looking after Fogg Dam, and as you can see coming across the wall, we have a very large dam out there that is covered in weed. Some of this weed's good weed, some of it's bad weed.
Having left protected area land management behind and seeing that things do not look good in that area for the future, he's now turning his attention to direct action, conservation strategies, most notably the captive breeding of threatened species in the private sector. To achieve this, he's a member of a national lobby group comprised of leading academics, biologists and conservationists, mainly in the southern states. Just on a personal note, I first came to Fogg Dam in 1999 on my way to Kakadu. In Darwin, I picked up a book, Wildlife of Kakadu, by Greg Miles, and I was very impressed with the fellow wrangling the brown snake on the back of it. So it gives me great pleasure to introduce Greg and his talk about conservation and the problems that we have in Australia.
Thank you, Nigel. Hello, everybody. Hello, Australia. All right, what I'll try and do is structure this in a way where I give you good news and bad news. I think for the sake of sanity, I'll start with bad news. But it's not fair. Okay, who knows what a dragonfly is? Who doesn't know what a dragonfly is? Still can't find it.
You might have some more luck from over this side.
Probably don't want to get the colour on the side of it.
Yeah, you got it. You can see it quite well from over here as well.
Is the name of that? Oh, you're going to show off and better photography than me. This one is a rainforesty type species.
Agree or not?
Dry season rather than wet season, I'd say. End of wet to end to the and thank you. And then when fully grown, they come to the surface, climb out onto rock. Only newly emerged because the wings are really shiny and the wings are soft on these things anyway.
Baby dragon. I found another big one.
No, I expected someone to say Daniel. I'm sure with the pits that you see in soft sand, that sort of inverted conical. Well, this is the adult of those, and it's too small. Too small. We need to find something like that. Fudge, twice the size, sort of thing. Yeah, I need your hat. You're wide pretty well. There's a small one, and again, I don't know. We've only had common names here.